What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 248th
248th
episode
524th
25 of the Pokemon Podcast. It's super effective. I'm your host, SBJ. Back again with me is Greg.
I am here. I have Ring Fit Adventure. I am excited to change this over to Ring Fit Cast. I will be talking about the best boss strats for your abs. I'm excited that they've reprinted it so I could not pay $180 for it.
I remember a simpler time where I brought up Ring Fit Adventure and then two people on the show made fun of me.
Yeah, we had gyms, like actual fitness to do. That is not a thing anymore. So I have to go to what you lesser people do, which is actively work in the front of my living room with my dogs.
I mean, my gym is open.
Yeah, my gym's open now.
So...
But it's getting a little crowdedy for my tastes, so I'm going to take a couple of days off to do Ring Fit.
I see.
Will is here.
I have recently discovered that my life is actually a slice of life Japanese anime.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it certainly is.
My roommate, the cat, is the one that comes to bring to my mind.
No, because in that one, the cat is really nice. My cat is not nice. No,
yeah,
I don't know if you've seen it, and it's also mature audiences only, but highly recommended. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Actually, very poorly named, very good anime, but that's the closest approximation of my life right there.
Do you have a Bunny Senpai in your life?
Do I have a Bunny Girl Senpai?
Yeah.
Low punny?
I would have to say no, because, no. I'm more like if anybody has watched Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, I am like the physics science club girl. That is my role.
Is this on Crunchyroll? Can I look this up?
It's on Hulu.
Well, speaking of Hulu, we're going to Hulu.
Take that. There's no weather, Steve. How do you think about that?
Around the news. Look, I knew you guys were going to maybe talk about weather.
We didn't.
That's because we talked about it before we
maybe going to do something. It's a world of infinite possibilities. We may have decided to talk about, I don't know, insulin. How's your insulin?
I mean, mine's fine. Actually, surprisingly, Brent's fine as well. We thought it would be real bad because we are not eating well, but we're back in track. So insulin in this house is A-okay.
How's that Pokemon news?
We got some Pokemon Go news, we got some TCG news, and we got some Masters news, and I guess we got some Sword and Shield news, but it's already over. There was just some promotional stuff that came and went. Big breath. Here we go. Let's talk about Pokemon Go.
So, okay, the somewhat relevant Will Anderson complaint about Pokemon Go of the week.
All right.
I have recently learned that, you know how when you start Pokemon Go and they have, I will call it a pop-up that is the news item?
Yeah.
That pops up. If you do not click to read that news item, it stays on that news item. Problem A. So, if for, say, 30 days, you do not click on that news item, it will be a 30-day-old news item. Problem B. They only present them to you in sequential order.
Yes.
Once you do click to read 30-day-old news item and you log in tomorrow, the next news item you see is the 29-day-old news item. And you've got to eventually get through them until you're caught up. Rather than them saying, hey, he's never going to read this, let's just cancel it and get to the relevant one.
This is why you don't have Victini, because Niantic knew that you were not victorious in reading the news.
I was literally getting news items about Pokemon Go Fest last week.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, you have to hit
I also
okay.
saw that they apologized about Mega something or others and made changes.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That is the hot topic. What's
the hot goss?
Yeah, what's the do. That's
the news flash.
Yeah, that's the news flash this episode.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
how the news things go.
Yeah, it is, because they're like,
it's not.
Incoming. Da, da,
Yeah,
da.
it's like, do. It's like a telegraph.
Oh, that
That
was Cartoon
That's
Network.
What you did.
You just
You
did
did
some.
Mario.
Isn't it like the 50th anniversary of Mario or something?
35th.
Mario's like 1,000,000 years old.
Mario existed before time itself.
There has always been Mario. There always will be Mario. Long live Mario.
September Community Day is Porygon, not Mario. Porygon is September 20th from 11 to 5, so it's another 6-hour event on a Sunday. If you're lucky trainers, you may find Shiny Porygon, triple the XP for catching during the Community Day and after Community Day, up to 2 hours if you evolve Porygon 2 into Porygon Z. Porygon Z will learn the community-exclusive move Tri-Attack. It is a normal type attack that can lower the opposing Pokemon's attack and defense, which I guess would be good for Go Battle League. September will also feature a special Community Day research story, which will be available for the low price of $1. And then Charmander will be featured for the October Community Day as voted on by the community. So just a heads up.
Always the fire lizard.
Yeah, heads up of Community Day stuff. The other thing we got to... this is off bleedingcool.com. I never really heard of this website, but they have a nice little list of...
Yeah, of course. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Like Bleeding
How
Cool
have you
News.
never heard about Bleeding Cool?
They do have a breaking news thing at the top of their website. It does say breaking news, and then it says Super Mario Odyssey, Marvel's Avengers, Always Sunny, Star Trek, Assassin's Creed manga, Justice League, SmackDown, Pokemon Go, Star Wars, SmackDown again.
All the SmackDowns.
Deadpool. Wait, what? There's no breaking news for Star Trek? Maybe
There is.
Oh.
There's a new series.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I should maybe read Bleeding Cool more often. I didn't know.
You should.
Double SmackDown, though.
Did you ever watch Star Trek?
The first Star Trek I really watched was that movie, the one with the lens flare.
Oh, talk
boo.
about like thinking that a taco is made with a hot dog and
What?
cheese
You don't
whip.
like those?
I do. Okay. Fundamental premise of that movie is that they erased the entire history of all Star Trek that had gone before it. Unforgivable.
Yeah, I saw that movie. That's not why we're on Bleeding Cool. We're on here because they have a list of all the Unova Pokemon not released yet.
Oh.
The ones that have not been added to Pokemon Go yet are Muna and Musharna. If I was a betting person, which I'm not, because I think I've been wrong on this show way too many times to count. But because they're the dream Pokemon, you would think, and they already announced something called Pokemon Sleep, you would think that would be maybe a tie-in.
Pokemon Sleep doesn't exist.
Yet.
Sure. Yeah.
Period. It's vaporware.
That would be my only guess for those. Unless they're just like, here's a Psychic Week event, we added Musharna. Like, okay, sure.
I mean, I could say 50% yes, I agree with you that it could be a tie-in to Pokemon Sleep. But also, as far as I recall, in Black and White and Black and White 2, the Muna Musharnas were somewhat special in the way that you had to get them. Like one would only show up once a week or something like that.
In the Dream Yard, specifically.
In the Dream, well, but it would only show up like on like Wednesdays in the Dream Yard or something. That they might, man, why don't they do fun stuff like that anymore? Either way, they might just put it in raids or have like a special research task that you have to do.
That can only be completed on Wednesdays.
I mean, that was 9 years ago, something like that.
Well, I mean, the other thing they did with Muna and Musharna, besides the Dream Yard stuff, was they like used it to advertise the Dream World.
Yeah, right. Which I miss.
Dream World confirmed.
Sandile, Crocodile, and Crocodile. Oh, you think Crocorock's one of those words that like Go players have no clue how to say?
Yes.
Crocorock makes sense if you watch the anime because it's in the anime a lot, and Ash says it a lot.
Well, are they going to have the right sunglasses this time?
No, they don't care about the sunglasses.
I had every public Niantic person on Twitter and asked them about glasses.
Well, I just say, Will Anderson wants to know, will Krokorok have the right sunglasses this time?
Glasses watch.
Didn't Sandile have the sunglasses too? It was Sandile.
It was the Sandile first.
It was the whole line, yeah.
The whole line. The whole line had glasses.
But I mean, the whole thing was like the was it the Ducklets that stole everything? And then they stole the Sandile sunglasses, and then there was the whole thing where there was a flood, and all the Sandiles, like, they bit each other's tails to make a bridge, and then Ash didn't die, and it was great.
Maybe the black and white anime was good.
It was good.
If you look at the pieces, yeah.
Don't look at the ugly puzzle. Look at the beautiful pieces.
It does. Exactly. It does have the Beyblade rival that beats Ash.
There were no spinning tops in Pokemon.
Zorua and Zoroark also not in the game.
They
may be. We just don't know, right? It's like the Ditto problem.
Yeah. Man, they treated Zoroark like a legendary Pokemon in Black and White, and then they were like, "Here's one in Black." You could just catch him in Black and White too, right?
Yeah.
Because in Black and White, you had to show a person.
You had to show the lady in the camper trailer, right?
No. It was a dude inside Castelia City, and he's like, he wants to see a shiny Raikou, Entei, or Suicune, and if you show him one of those, he gives you Zorua.
I'm pretty sure you had to bring the three because it was a tie-in to the movie.
Yeah.
So you had to bring so I don't remember specifically. Maybe you did show it there, but then you had to go to a certain section of like the Forgotten Forest. And then you would have the Zoroark encounter there.
I don't think you could catch that one, though.
No, that was the distribution. That's how you did it, because I had to hack a Zoroark so I could get one. Look, it was a long time ago. Different times. I didn't have friends.
How is that different times?
Would you stop? How dare you?
Okay. I got the details.
All right, the deets.
All right, so both Will and I were correct.
I'm out of this conversation because I barely remember that game.
In Castelia City, if you showed the person a Celebi, they would give you a Zorua there on the spot. And I remember because it puts it into whatever Pokeball is in your inventory. I remember testing this on Twitch. So if you throw away all your Pokeballs and you only have a Master Ball, it puts the Zorua into your Master Ball, which is a fun thing to test. Then you just, reset your game.
I mean, does it take the first one in the list so they can get rid of everything but Luxury Balls and Master Balls? It will say Luxury Ball Go. Where's your science now, Steve?
That I don't remember. And then you could get the Zoroark in Black and White in Lost Lorn Forest, but that requires the shiny encounter with Entei, Raikou, or Suicune, which they gave out at GameStop at the time.
Yeah.
So those were the two ways to get it. In Black and White 2, it looks like the only way you could get Zorua was getting N's Zorua.
Wasn't that just wandering around somewhere?
Yeah, and then you caught it, and then it said it was owned by N. And then, of course, all of this gets thrown out the window when you could easily take whatever Zorua you got, you breed it, and you give it to people. And then they breed it, and they give it to people.
Yeah, and so on, and so on, and so on.
Do you remember how when you used to catch N's Pokemon, and then they would have like a little sparkle that would come out when they and you'd be like, oh, it's a shiny, and then you'd be like, no, it's actually just N's Pokemon.
There was a point when I was thinking I was going to catch all of N's Pokemon, and then I didn't care.
Exactly, same.
Vanillite, Vanillish, Vanillux are not in the game,
and I don't know why. They should be.
Waiting for a winter event?
Dairy Queen promotional event?
Yeah, well, are they going to pull the winter event with the Vanillite line like they did with the Yamask line? You can only catch Yamask when it's spooky. Deerling and Sawsbuck also not in the game.
Because they haven't figured out seasons yet.
Yeah. Frillish.
They do weather. They could, how hard?
Maybe it is it that hard to say like only this Pokemon spawns between January to March? Like,
I mean, they can do it for Community Day. Can't imagine that it's going to be that hard for.
My only, I guess my only thing is maybe they're trying to build actual seasons and they want more than just Deerling, which you would think that Pokemon Go would probably eventually want to get to.
But what other season Pokemon are there?
Yeah. Whatever, you can make it. Look, I've watched the anime. They can make it up as they go. Well, see, we just talked. You have Vanilluxe spawn in winter, and then you have Yamax spawn in fall. I don't know. It seems pretty easy.
See, this stuff is only going to happen when they run out of Pokemon, and then there's like we've got to do artificial scarcity. So, all of a sudden now, out of the Pokedex, only these sets are going to appear at different times of the year. So keep on playing, kiddos.
Like, here's summer form Vanillite. It's a puddle of water. Get it.
Frillish and Jellicent not in the games.
Noted.
Yeah. These are weird. These are weird things they haven't included. I don't.
Yeah, it's all the good ones.
Yeah, it is really all the good ones, yeah. Like what we're listing are like the best Pokemon from Gen 5. Dynamo, Electric, and Electros. Not
all
in the games.
The good ones. Good gracious. You want to talk about some of Will's favorite Pokemons. Those little freaky electric flying lizard eel things. Heck yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool too. Druddigan, not in the game.
Yeah, skipped one.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Mainfu and Mainchow, not in the games. And Druddigan, also not in the game. Druddigan feels like it'd be a region-specific.
What region?
Scotland. I don't know. What region has dragons?
All regions have dragons.
All of them.
Middle Earth. I don't know. Where are we?
So New Zealand is what you're saying.
No, New Zealand already has Relicanth. They don't need any more. Does Mexico have their own Pokemon? Oh, yeah, they have Corsola. They're fine.
Yeah. Okay, what is it based on? Where does it come from?
Druddigan's I don't know, aren't all dragons European? I've seen Harry Potter.
No.
No.
There's an entire series of Chinese dragons.
Oh, yeah,
Grandpa is based on Chinese dragons.
Okay.
Sure.
So they're saying on Bulbapedia, the name also appears to show Welsh influences, so only appearing in Wales.
Where's Wales? Is that connected to Ireland?
No, Ireland is all Ireland. It is the southwestern section of the British Isle, the big one.
Britain.
Yes.
Sure.
It's just below Liverpool.
Well, it's like you got England in the middle, Scotland on the top, and Wales in the lower left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Al is going to be furiously typing a giant paragraph in Slack right now of how we don't understand.
Scotland is the north, England is the middle, and Wales is the phalange to the west.
But, and this can be the last statement on the topic. I think we can all agree that Welsh is the coolest of the languages to come out of that particular island.
Yes.
Thank you.
I've had Welsh grape juice.
That's
spelled differently.
And the Welsh's accent is terrible. Anybody who speaks Welsh's is just an abomination on the earth.
We have Pawniard and Bisharp not released. I have zero possibility of why they're saving that Pokemon.
When National Chess Championships come back, it'll be a Chess Champion exclusive release.
Vullaby and Mandibuzz are not in the game. I don't know. Stick it in Nevada and call it a day. New Mexico. Nevada, New Mexico, and Arizona. There, you got your bases covered.
And the worst of the bunch.
Larvesta and Volcarona, which is going to be like, what are they going to do? They're going to do Swablu to this, right? They're going to just make it spawn everywhere but a million candy?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Oh, man. I do love me some Volcarona.
Well, get those 400 candies.
I will.
Oh,
because I also love
will.
Larvesta.
You'll be walking around with that as your buddy for a long time.
I think
I've got that shiny Larvesta already.
Volcarona doing really good in the new competitive season, Will.
I mean, congrats to that dude.
Good job, dude. Way to rise up in the ranks after the 16 popular were banned.
Yeah, I know. It's like all the like second tier, the JV Pokemon are like, we're finally getting our chance because the varsity team all got the flu.
We're gonna go get them. Get them, kids.
And then, Keldeo, Meloetta, Mythical, Legendary.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Meloetta is going to be like a concert exclusive somewhere. Like Shakira releases Meloetta on her Shakira World Tour. Tie-in.
The breaking news here. Community note updates to Mega Evolution. Trainers. The stuff Pokemon Go Live, by the way. After listening to your feedback, we have made the following changes to Mega Evolution. Number 1, Mega Energy required. The Mega Energy requirement to Mega Evolution that has already Mega Evolved has decreased. What that means is it used to, if you've it costs 200 to Mega Evolve. That is the same. Once you have Mega Evolved, it costs 50 again to Mega Evolve once again. They decreased it to 40. Second point, the amount of Mega Energy that trainers are winning from raids have increased. So I think the most you could get before this was about 60. So you could get anywhere between like 40, 45, 50, 55, or 60 is what I saw, depending on how fast you completed the raid. And now it seems that you can get anywhere between like 50 to 90, I think, from what I remember. So if you beat
I just got 70, so...
If you beat it in less than a minute and 5, I think it's 90. And then a minute and 6 is like 80 or something. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but spoiler, none of this is going to be relevant. Here are a few adjustments that we are working on. Walking with your buddy to earn Mega Energy. More ways to earn energy through research tasks and other gameplay. There are research tasks out there currently that do give you Mega Energy, so there are more than one way to do it. And then earning bonus candy when catching a Pokemon that has the same type of Mega Evolved Pokemon. Thank you for your feedback as we continue this update. Stay tuned. We'll share more on this development process. Please be aware of your surroundings, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to circle back to the start of this conversation. After listening to your feedback, nothing was listened to. Let's be clear here.
Well, no, they listened.
They listened.
But they heard something
what they
different.
Wanted to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
So last week I said, and I still stand by this. I think if you're only filling your if you're only there to fill your Pokédex, you don't care about competitive in the game, you just want to fill the decks, not into raiding, not into Go Battle League, that kind of stuff. I think the process of getting a Mega Evolution, I think, is fine. It's a little tedious. Probably take you a week to get one, 4 weeks to take the 4, plus you get the bonus bead drill. I think it's fine. And then what most of the internet and I think us agree that Mega Evolution is not really implemented that well. And the thing that I saw pop up is a lot of people are like, we don't want to rent. They're throwing around this word rent Pokemon. Well, the general consensus here, and I don't know if I completely agree with it, but I also feel like I don't have a horse in this race because I don't think Mega Evolution, we talked about this last week, I personally don't think Mega Evolution was a cool concept to really begin with. Unless it's anime, unless it's high level VGC stuff.
I mean, you're wrong, but continue.
They just want it to be free. That's it, right? Like, it doesn't matter if they lowered the costs and give you more energy per raid. They just want it to be free once they activate it the first time. So by doing what they did in this message, I don't think there was a single person I found that was like, now it's better, right?
Right.
And they said, we're listening to your feedback, and I believe they're not listening. I believe they were looking at what is called the dollar signs of not a lot of people doing raids this last week. And they were like, what is a minor adjustment we can change?
That is feedback.
Sure, that is feedback. You know, we have the Discord for people who watch on Twitch and subscribe, and we have the Patreon, we have the Slack for people who subscribe that way. Multiple ways to give. I'm trying to follow foot in Niantic's step. Multiple ways to give me money. But both have been very, very hard to find a mega raid in. No one seems to want to do mega raids when they're posted in either of those channels. Slack has, close to 700 people. Discord has 1,500 people. Yet Heatran, which is not a very good, like, no one actually likes Heatran, but, Heatran, it was very easy to get a Heatran raid. And I think most people in both communities have gotten their shiny at this point.
Well, because it was a shiny,
Yeah, it was shiny.
You can get shiny Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur.
I mean, I did, but we already have them. Like, there's no extra incentive. Like, this isn't the only time these have been shiny. They have been shiny. Also, we are getting a Charizard Community Day in a month and a half. Like, the incentive to do, raids aren't fun. And the Mega Evolution incentive clearly isn't there. It's not a game changer. It's not super fun, and it's temporary. There's not a lot of incentive to do them. It's like we're never going to get a Heatran Community Day until like 2050, when they're real desperate.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't sit here and disagree with you.
You want to, though. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice.
I just don't think that giving in and just being like, okay, you unlocked Mega Evolution, now it's free forever. That is what people want, right? But that's clearly not what the Pokemon Company wanted, right? This was like the way they set this up was very designed to be something that you always work towards. And if you want a Mega, you have to put the work to show it off. And we have talked about how Pokemon Go is just showing things off at this point. What shinies did you get? Did you get any Hondos? Bragging rights, yeah. The whole game is a grind.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. They could buy in. They could make Mega Evolution free, and you have to spend 500 Mega Candy to evolve for the first time instead of 200, but then it's permanent. But then that mechanic is then done, right? There's an end goal to that mechanic, and I think their thought process, and I'm not saying their thought process is right, is they don't want to have end goals for trainers. Otherwise, people stop playing.
They want it to be open-ended.
Right. They want people to keep playing their game. So 2 thoughts. First thought is Mega Evolution is still completely useless in the form of, I understand why people don't want to join raids because there's nothing to really do with Megas. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to champion my wallet. I'm going to help people in either Discord and Slack. I'll pay the $1. I'll help them do their Megas because there are people that like this, right? There are people that are okay with this. They think the Megas is fun. They have no problem spending $1 here and there. And so I got enough candy to Mega Evolve all of them. I haven't Mega Evolved all of them, but I Mega Evolved Blastoise. There's only one really... I guess there's 2 things you can Mega Evolve Blastoise against at this point. One is Heatran, the other is Charizard.
Oh, no. Step back. You can Mega Evolve Blastoise against anything you wish. It's just whether you're getting any value from doing that. Sure, that's the question.
So even with a Mega Evolved Blastoise, the game was smart enough not even to recommend it against Charizard. Because it's not the best counter to Charizard.
Right.
Rhyperior is. Charizard's 4 times weak. Mega Charizard Y is 4 times weak to Rock and only 2 times weak to Water. And Mega Charizard X isn't even weak to Water because it's Dragon, and Dragon resists water. So if we look at the raid bosses coming, and I think we said this, I said this last week, is we have Cresselia next, Pidgeot, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Beedrill. I guess maybe Beedrill is super effective against Cresselia, but most of those Pokemon are not super effective against Cresselia. Then we have Articuno and Zapdos. Again, Pidgeot, Beedrill. None of those Pokemon are super effective against those Pokemon either. So what are we maybe that part of the, I don't think they overlooked they want us to grind forever. That's been very clear for the last 4 years.
Yes.
The only Mega that's probably going to see a bunch of use is Mega Tyranitar, because Tyranitar is very good in most raids, and like Mega Rayquaza, because Rayquaza is also very good in a lot of raids. But I think that's kind of part of the problem now too. Even if there wasn't any other Mega raids, I think Kyogre is still better than Mega Blastoise in pretty much every situation if you're just using water. I don't know. The thing that also happened in it just seems like it does in the main series games where it's like, well, I could Mega Evolve my Blastoise, but what if I just didn't hit that button and just hit Hydro Cannon and I was still able to knock it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing, part 2 of this is Slack was I wouldn't say heated. They had their own thought process about Mega Evolution as well. A lot of them being very unhappy with it. A couple people saying that they didn't mind it and they liked it. But so Al brought up that he didn't like that it was raid only. But from this press release and from what we also said in the podcast is obviously that wasn't going to be always the case. And I brought up that like, well, Shinx is technically raid only, or was at one point, right? You can't find Shinx in the wild. I guess you could find Shinx in eggs, but at the time when they introduced Shinx, it was pretty rare in eggs. But Al did bring up a good point, right? Like you could do one raid for a Shinx, and then you could never do another raid again, and you could set it as your walking buddy, and you could walk with it, and it would take you 1,000,000 years. But at the end of the day, you could get a Luxray, which is, I think, the closest that kind of made me realize what the Sylph Road and the rest of the internet was talking about is like, we want an end goal no matter what. And as long as you're charging us candy to Mega Evolve again, we will never feel like we've completed whatever we're searching for. So yeah, with Shinx, you could keep doing raids for it. You could ignore raids altogether and hope that you hatch one. And then at that point, you could either use rare candy or you could walk with it forever to eventually get a Luxray. And there's really no way to do that with Megas. Well, I guess there's 2 ways right now. You could do raids for Megas, or you could hope to find the 3 tasks out there in the world that give you mega candy, which is only 5.
So are there any markers in the Pokedex or anything like that that say, hey, this Pokemon has been Mega Evolved?
Yep, there's a whole Mega Dex.
Yeah.
Oh, then that should be enough, people. You can show that to your friends.
I've never seen the word rented used as much as I have on the internet in the past week.
I mean, go to r/landlord, you'll see it plenty.
Exactly.
They're not wrong, though. That's not a wrong analogy. What do you want to call them? It's leased. It's the same thing. It's temporary, right?
And it's that horrible situation where it's kind of like it's something that you bought, but you still have to make a rental payment on it. It's like, I already paid full price for this, and why do I have to do a monthly subscription just to be able to use it? Ooh, that's the territory we're getting into.
Yep.
The place I'm coming from is it's such a weird hill to die on. And I say that because again, this whole system is useless.
But I mean,
even if it was free, you wouldn't use these Pokemon. You would use different Pokemon, right?
No, so you always argue from the point of the rational player, and the majority of the folks out there are not rational players. They're like, I just want to use the one that I like.
The majority of the folks
one.
Just use whatever the game suggests. Like, hey, you're going into this Charizard, and you have 8 Mega Blastoise because it was I don't know, just let's pretend it was free. You have 8 Mega Blastoise. Guess what it's not going to recommend? Mega Blastoise, because it's not the right choice.
I mean, that's true. That's a valid input as well.
Yeah, but you can override that choice, especially if it's your
especially if it's
your
that.
walking buddy.
Yeah, but no one does. There's probably 3 people listening to that show that Mega Beedrill's their all-time favorite Pokemon. I'm sorry, there are just better bug Pokemon that just do way more damage. And out of all the things wrong with Pokemon Go, and there's plenty of them, this is the weirdest hill for a lot of people to die on. To the point, and I say that because I just read threads of comments of people being like, this is the reason I'm leaving the game. Which is most that's the dumbest ultimatum ever. But when
okay, well, 1, it's because it's new. 2, because it's the current thing to complain about that you're seeing it a lot.
Yeah.
3, there's a lot of confirmation bias going on.
Yeah. Right.
There's a lot of complaints, but this is sure, this is what people are mad about right now. And this could be the last straw for a bunch of people who felt that everything was going microtransaction-y, nickel-dimey, and this is just that next evolution that they can't stand anymore. Like, it's not like they're saying, I was completely happy the entire life and I accepted every charge, and now this one is what's going to kill me. No, it's the last straw. It's the final paper cut. It's what I was saying last time. When you become very aware of the money-making scheme and the money-making grasp, and that becomes sour because you could ignore it before, but now you can't because it's so obvious, that will ruin games for people.
That right? Yeah, it is almost like a representation. Have you ever heard the expression, like, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing people that he didn't exist?
Yes.
Right? And it's the same thing, right? The greatest trick that these games can do is make you believe that they're not making any money off of you.
Right.
And once it becomes visible to you that, like, oh, wait, they are getting money off of me, that sours it so much that you're like, oh, well, but my money would be better spent on carrot cake slices. Why am I spending my money on this digital entertainment that's actually not that entertaining?
I mean, it's the same complaint you have for eggs, when it's incubator egg events, and it's just like, well, this is just Niantic needs a boost for the next research. Like, when it becomes harder to ignore, it becomes a bigger issue.
I want someone to create a diagram chart of the Niantic's fiscal quarters and event scheduling to see, like, when they need to pad those numbers to say, oh, we've got this much profit in Q2, and it's like, oh, because you conveniently had an egg event during that time.
I think it's really easy to ignore megas. Like, I
agreed. I completely ignore them. I play Pokemon Go by sending gifts. That's it.
There's nothing in the game that would be like, oh, Niantic is paying to win because we can't complete this without a Mega Pokemon. Like, nothing needs this. And I don't think nothing will need this.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that when something new is announced and everybody's excited for it and everybody's looking into it thinking, oh, this is great, and then, the skin was peeled back and you're like, oh, yeah, they can ignore it, but it was the new thing that you were excited to look at, and now you're kind of confronted with, oh. And that's not easily ignored for a lot of people. Because, yes, I'll do a raid every once in a while. I don't care about it because I made my peace and I'm not going to give them a ton of money unless I really have to. And I don't do raid things because I don't like paying my money. But for people who had that illusion shattered, that's not easy to come back from. Yes, you can never do another mega thing before, but you can't unsee what you saw.
Yeah.
I also hate when people use the expression pay to win for Pokemon Go. There is only one win in Pokemon Go, and that's getting to level 40. You either are level 40 or I don't know your name.
You know my name, William.
Who are you? Excuse?
Rude boy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no pay to win in the essence of everything outside Go Battle League, where Go Battle League is pay to win because elite TMs exist. Another two things. What happens when there's 64, 65 mega Pokemon total? Not a lot. What happens when Charizard, Venusaur, or Blastoise go away? They're not going to be in raids forever.
Oh, they're going to come up with some sort of generic mega candy.
like instead of rare candy, there's going to be just generic mega candy, which is not surprising.
This is what I need them to do. Find some way for me to be able to convert. What is that's clogging up my bag that I've got like a bajillion? I've got like even more than
rare
Steve.
Candies.
Rare candy. I do have a heck ton of rare candies. Give me a way to convert rare candies into mega evolution.
No, just put the rare candy into like Groudon and Kyogre or Zekrom or Reshiram.
I don't think I have any of them.
Okay, good. Good start.
I do have, what is it? 639 rare candy.
I have like 300.
You can put the rare candy into a Pokemon, but not spend it on the Pokemon. So you could put like 100 rare candy on Mewtwo, and then just now you have 100 Mewtwo candy, which is not clogging your space. But you don't have to spend the Mewtwo candy.
But I don't like touching the Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I like sending gifts and putting cute little stickers on them, and then getting gifts and seeing where people have been. That's my joy of Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, stickers was the thing that people were finally going to quit the game over, but now it's Megas. Interesting.
I like them stickers. I like the
stickers too.
The Alolan Meowth sticker.
The new batches of stickers
anyone
are
who
nice.
has ever complained about stickers on the internet in Pokemon Go has clearly been deprived in their life to have never gotten a postcard from a friend that has like 4 stickers on it. Like, stickers are as useless as they are in Pokemon Go as they are in real life. They're just fun. That's all it is. You just buy dumb stickers and you go, I'm going to send my friend a letter. And then you put a sticker on it and you go, well, I guess it's better on this letter than it is sitting in a drawer. And then you mail it, and then your friend gets it, and you go, oh, look at this dumb Bulbasaur sticker that says bye. That's cute. All right, this letter's going in the trash. It's like a 1-to-1 exact replica of how the real world and Pokemon Go overlaps. Maybe the only thing that overlaps.
Look, if there's anything I've learned about serious players of Pokemon Go, it's that they do not enjoy fun, and they don't like fun things. So there's your disconnect.
What was I saying?
Whoever knows.
They're going to keep releasing Megas, obviously. There's 60 some other Megas they got to release. I'm assuming at one point there's going to be some generic candy that they're just going to be like, raid, this is a Mega raid. It will give you generic candy, level up whatever Mega you want. The other question is, if the Pokemon Company and Niantic are not going to give in and make this free for people, I'm sorry, not free, one-time use, where is the compromise? Because no one was satisfied after this. No one who was already upset became less upset after this press release, although getting more candy from winning a raid is good for me because I was doing raids and I was like, yeah, this is fine. I guess I'll Mega Evolve this Blastoise so I can take a picture of it. I don't know what
sounds like a lot. Are we sure about that number?
What? Yeah.
No, that's right. I trust Steve when he quotes those sorts of facts.
I'm
yes.
looking it up.
How many are there?
46.
4? No way. Are we talking like both Charizards though? Both Charizards, both Latios?
Then that goes up to at most 50.
Well, are we talking? Are we including Groudon in there?
Wait, why would you include Groudon? Groudon doesn't Mega Evolve.
I know they Primal Evolve, but
yeah.
You gotta list it as. Are we talking Ash Greninja?
That's not a Mega Evolution.
Look, just because you are not talented enough to not need a Mega Stone because your bond between you and your Pokemon are so good. Look, I love the Nintendo 64. I feel like if you never know the number, 64 is just a good number to throw out.
Oh, yeah. How old are you? 64. Let's see how that goes for you, Steve.
Okay, what's the compromise then? Is the compromise like, as long as it's your Mega? Like, do you think if they say, as long as it's your walking buddy, it's free to Mega Evolve? Do you think people would be okay with that? But then you still have to like pay.
As long as it's your walking buddy and your walking buddy's happy with you, because my walking buddy's never happy with me.
This would be my solution.
Oh, here we go.
If you get to 4-star friends with your walking buddy, it is permanently unlocked.
But I thought getting to 4-star friends wasn't that hard.
It's not hard. It's just tedious. It's
just long.
It just takes like, how many hearts?
Okay.
I think it takes like 64 hearts.
You can't stop throwing around 64 like it's a real number.
I'm gonna make 64 happen. How many hearts to get max? But it takes what, like 2 weeks? Not 2 weeks. Sorry, like 2 months.
Yeah, something like that.
It takes a pretty long time. How can I?
Okay, that's reasonable. That's kind of like what I said last week of just like do something where you have to do it enough times and then you get the Mega Stone. And then you don't have to do it anymore.
And again, besides seeing like people saying this is the reason I'm quitting the game, or I hate Mega Evolution, this doesn't make it better. The thing I saw over and over besides all of that was, I don't care how long it takes as long as there's an end goal. It took me 38 days to get my Meowth to 4 stars. It took me 50 days to get my Vulpix to 4 hearts. It took me 123 days to get my Bonsly to 4. No, maybe, yes. Man, I spent a long time with that Bonsly. Hatched it in DC.
It takes 300 hearts to be best buddies.
Okay, so the easy thing you can do is
64. 64
that's a
doesn't
big
even get
difference.
you great buddies.
so 300 hearts. And if you just do the bare minimum a day, which is feed it 3 times, pet it, take a picture, that's 3 hearts. So 100 days, so 3 months. If you're doing the bare minimum, I'm assuming most people are probably doing a little bit more on community days or days where they play an hour or two. That would be my solution, is make the Great Buddy thing a little bit better. If you want free Mega Charizard X, you just Great Buddy it. And then, because the whole, I mean, lore-wise, obviously Mega Evolution doesn't last forever, but also lore-wise is Karina, what's her name? Karina? She's like, it's a bond between Pokemon and their trainers.
Everything's a bond between Pokemon and your trainers. That's the most useless advice.
But then if you hate the buddy thing and you don't want to use the buddy thing, then you can do raids, or you can walk it, or you could do the field research tests. Like, I think really more options is better. Like, I don't want to specifically hatch eggs to get Shinx because I hate hatching eggs. I will just pay the $1 to the Shinx I can visually see and just get it that way.
And then not catch it in that raid. So you have to keep paying dollars until you do catch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear to me that people don't like it because they're not joining my raids.
Look, I was asleep. I had no idea that you had sent it.
So 48 Mega Pokemon total. And then Primal, Groudon, and Kyogre will probably be the same process as Megas. Let's take a break. And when we get back, we got some TCG stuff and some Master stuff to talk about. So we will be right back.
Garbage. Garbage. Garbage.
Garbage. Garbage. Garbage.
We are back. Pokemon trading card game. There's just a lot of new products coming up.
The TCG.
First, they're releasing V Power Tins. You can add more powerful Pokemon V. Yes, they're still called V cards. To your Pokemon trading card game with the Pokemon TCG V Power Tins. There are 3 to choose from. Will you pick the gigantic, crushing strength of Eternatus V? The peerless courage of Pikachu V?
No.
Or the loyal heart of EVV?
Heck no.
EVV? No, I'm going with Eternatus.
EVV? EVV?
Which will you choose? 1 of 3 foil cards, 5 booster packs in each tin. I'm going to tell you right now, the tins are a scam. I don't think
How many packs of Hidden Shadows?
Hidden Fates.
Hidden Fates.
Hidden Fates
How much
is up
is
to
X and Y Hidden Moon?
Hidden Fates is up to $18 a booster pack if you can find it.
What? For the Charizard?
For the Charizard.
For the chance of a Charizard, when
Wait,
you open it up,
of-
it will drop in price immediately.
Speaking of TCGs and Charizards, my friend and yours, Aaron, pulled a full art Charizard VMAX.
Okay.
Where does he get it rated?
Nowhere, because I wouldn't trust sending anything through the postal service right now.
Okay, if in an ideal world, where does he get it rated?
It doesn't matter too much. Beckett or PSA. Doesn't matter too much.
Okay.
I think if you can get Beckett Black, I think that is because Black is more than a 10 or something like that. I think a Beckett 10 is slightly worth more than a PSA 10, but like by slightly, I mean like maybe there's like a $10 difference. Some people,
there you go.
Some people
There's
just
your
specifically
news you can use.
only want to get Beckett. I'm assuming it's like Coke and Pepsi. Some people only want PSA, some only want Beckett, but the Beckett people are way more stuck up. I don't know if that Charizard would go up or down. I think in the long run it goes up because most Charizards go up in the long run, but I think
Back in the day when I worked at Schindler's, we had an in-house card raider.
Yeah, but that doesn't got name brand on it, right?
Also, it was just
Beckett's a name you can
how
recognize.
much we were willing to pay for it.
the real problem with like Beckett and PSA is that if you live near it, that's way better than mailing, right? Because even if there wasn't postal issues, you still have to get that card insured. So, like, let's say you pulled Shiny Charizard from Hidden Fates, which at this point is, I think, selling... If it's like an 8 or a 9, I think it's selling for like $800. And so not only do you have to like sleeve it and then top load it and then wrap it in bubble wrap and then like put it into like a concrete box and then like take it to the post office and they're like, it's $30 to ship this piece of paper. Do you want to insure it? And you're like, yes. And they're like, how much? And you're like, $800. And you're like, oh, well, now it's
$100 worth of postal insurance is like $2.
Is it $2?
Oh, it's super. Postal insurance is super
postal insurance
cheap.
is cheap.
I don't know anyone who would like. If I'm setting a $100 card to get graded, to sell it, and I don't get insurance on it, like that's not on the postal service. That's on you. I've just heard a couple horror stories of people sending their shiny Charizards over to Beckett and it getting lost in the mail and they didn't get insurance. That's all on you.
Value up to $50 is $1.65. $50.01 to $100 is $2.05. $101 to $200 is $2.45. So get that insurance.
But if you live next to a Beckett, you could like. That's the other problem too. Is even if the card was worth like $800, easy choice. Mail it, get the insurance, call it a day. But if you have a card that's worth like $20 and you just want to like grade it and you just want to keep it for your collection,
like how do you live next to a Beckett? Like
I know I've never heard of such a thing.
What does that mean?
What? Because they're in like Pennsylvania. I think there's a PSA in California and there's a PSA in Pennsylvania. They have physical stores you can walk into.
I was not aware of that. I thought it was a building with only one door and no windows.
No, I am almost positive they're like a card shop. You can walk in and buy baseball cards or Pokemon cards.
Oh, wait. Am
I wrong on
Grading and authentication store locator. There are none near me.
Yeah, because they're like on the coast.
You go.
There's none. I don't think there's any in the Midwest. Would you look up, Beckett?
Yeah.
Power Tins are out September 4th, so they should be available. I'm going to tell you right now, they're not available at my Target because ever since the pandemic started, my Target has not increased Pokemon supply, only decreased Pokemon supply. If there's a rep that is supposed to come in to refresh, he ain't going to that Target. I'm going to.
There are a number of official places in Chicago.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
According to their grading authentication stores and dealers, Chicagoland has like...
Oh, Chicagoland. I've heard of that place.
Has like a bunch.
I've always wanted to go.
In Chicago, there are 6 little indicators.
Oh,
so
cool.
Check the websites, and you may have... Because there's one in St. Louis, too, apparently.
Yeah, but no one wants to go to St. Louis.
1,000 miles.
I love St. Louis. Stop with your garbage talk.
I know. We were supposed to go there this year, Will.
I'm aware.
It didn't happen.
According to this, there are none on the coast. It's just their thing is just showing me St. Louis and Chicago.
I think PSA is on the coast.
Oh, well. I mean, they're not as good.
That's what I heard. This is off Pokemon.com. Eternatus VMAX Premium Collection. Also launching September 4th. This will include 1 full art promo card of Eternatus V, 1 foil promo card of Eternatus VMAX, 1 collector's pin featuring Eternatus, 1 oversized foil card featuring Eternatus VMAX, 1 metallic coin, 6 booster packs, and a code card for online. Let me zoom in here. Let me see what's in this box.
Enhance.
I see 2 Darkness Ablazes. I see a Sword and Shield. I see Cosmic Eclipse, which is still okay. This looks like a Burning Shadows, which is maybe okay. It has the Rainbow Rare Charizard, $200. And this looks like a Roaring Skies. I don't think it is a Roaring Skies, but I'm going to say that first pack is Garbo. I'm not sure what it is, though. I don't think they're still stocking Roaring Skies. The other TCG news, the deck that everyone hates, which involves using Zacian and ADP, which is short for Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. The Pokemon Company decided to put that deck into a box and sell it to you for $25.
I'm into it.
They did this before with Zekrom Pikachu, which was a very, very popular deck. I made a YouTube video about if you want to get into the trading card game, that is something you should buy. Because not only do you get the physical deck, but you get a code card to get that entire deck into PTCGO, the online client. So, and then they also had a Reshiram and Charizard deck, which is as good. I don't think as good as the Pikachu Zekrom, but they are putting out another one in November. These are called League Battle Decks. It will feature Zacian V and Arceus, Dialga, Palkia.
Are they legal for competitive play?
100%. Yep.
Nice.
It will have a 60-card deck, 2 Pokemon V, 1 tag team. So now, ideally, with these decks, the higher competitive level, they're probably running like 3 V cards and 3 tag teams, but they're giving you 1. Although ADP is not too expensive. 2 acrylic marker, condition markers, 1 tag team marker, 6 damage counter dice, a competitive coin, the rule book, the code card, the deck box. It gives you all that. $25. It'll be available in November. I think the actual news here is people were really, really hoping for an ADP ban because ADP really limits the current meta. It has limited the meta since it has arrived. And there's not really a lot of good counters to ADP besides ADP. And since they're putting out a League Battle deck, it doesn't seem like they're going to ban ADP.
Yeah, they kind of did the opposite. They're like, let's actually make it more popular.
They could, I guess. I mean, they did put out a Porygon distribution and then ban Porygon.
That was a different branch of the company, sir.
So maybe they just want to get their $25 out of people and then
out of it before they ban it.
Before they ban it, yeah.
Before the ban list. When is it due to rotate out? Like,
ADP ain't rotating out till next summer minimum. Because we just got rotation and ADP is part of Cosmic Eclipse, and Cosmic Eclipse was on the threshold of being legal for a whole nother year.
Wow.
And the next set coming out, which is Vivid Voltage, I think, has a card that will make ADP even better.
Yay!
Give me that money.
They could ban. They have done emergency bans before. It's pretty rare, but what was it when Will and I were playing? There was an emergency ban, and I don't remember what it was on.
Me either.
It wasn't even like that popular. It was on Shiftery, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Because Shiftery had the ability where if you played it down, the person would you flip a coin, and if heads, they pick up their active Pokemon, but if they only had an active Pokemon, they lost the game.
Yeah, that would do it.
I think that I might be misremembering it, but that Shiftery card was not great. Well, I mean, it was great when it worked for you. When you were playing it, it was good. When you were against it. I mean,
this is everything in Pokemon TCG. It's good if it's making you win.
Right. Correct.
Is that how you say Shiftery?
Shiftery. No, you and I say it right. Shiftery.
Shiftery. What did I say?
It's 2 syllables, not 3. Shiftery.
You kept saying Shiftery.
Shiftery. Well, I'm pulling out the Pokedex.
No. Shiftery.
I have it open. I'm on C dot. How do you spell the thing? Where's the audio? Shiftery. Shiftery. Here he is. Shiftery. Not what I was saying. Shiftery.
You were saying Shiftery.
Shiftery.
Shiftery. I thought it was like there was like a shifting card thing. I'm like, it took me way too long to figure out
Shiftery. No.
As always, if I'm wrong in the show, I will admit I'm wrong. Shiftery is how we say it here.
We also say Cinderace, so.
Well, you know.
Correct.
Greg, I hear you love a mobile game called Pokémon Masters.
Love?
You're still playing it.
Don't ever underestimate my ability to hate play anything.
Wait, before we proclaim that Steve is partnered with Dina,
Yes.
I would like to officially announce I'm starting a crochet along, and it is designed that everybody can do their portion of that week's portion of the crochet project while Steve and Greg talk about Pokemon Masters.
Perfect.
And with Will announcing that new segment, I'm here to announce another new segment, which is called Gardenscapes Corner, where we talk about a game that really scams you.
That doesn't scam you at all.
Yeah, well, the ads lie to you. Don't pay.
That's true.
The ads are
That's
lying
true.
to you.
Can you pay money in Gardenscapes to disable ads? Or is it just the ads to get you to
No, I
play
mean,
Gardenscapes?
There are
ad-
no
the-
ads in Gardenscapes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the ads that exist out in the world that show you a false representation. of the
Someday
game.
there will be a key pulling game that's like key pulling logic puzzles. Someday it will come to fruition.
I will say this. I'm mostly enjoying 1 year anniversary stuff. So the Dragon Ball Z orbs aren't what levels.
Yeah, I cut
Pokemon
that out
up.
last week's episode because we were wrong.
It's move candies,
Move
which
candy.
you aren't getting any of, which is currently frustrating me.
They're very hard to get.
They are.
But they do give you at least an option once a week to get it. It's just hard to get it.
Yeah.
The Dragon Balls let you learn abilities.
Type abilities when you are on an all-type team, they activate and do special things.
Somebody
So if you're on an all-grass team, you get a boost.
somebody in Slack said, when I listen to the Master segment, I have no clue what you guys are talking about. All right, so you have Dragon Balls, you have Move
Yep.
Candy, you have
got Move
tickets,
Candies.
you
got
got
move coins to
you
get
got
move
coins.
candies.
I got paid and unpaid gems.
yes, you got Sync Orbs.
You got skip tickets.
You got Level Up
You got-
books. You got Soda.
You got
I've got regular leaf and Signa suit leaf.
Correct,
You've
there are
got-
2 leaves.
You've got ultra buff blends.
You have the Sync Grid that you have to work
Yeah.
on.
Is there soda?
There's
Yeah,
multiple
there's
sodas.
multiple
You have the
sodas.
blue
Okay,
soda,
okay.
the red soda, the green
Yeah,
soda.
the tech soda, the support
Wait,
soda, the
Are
strike
there
soda.
pages
There
in
are-
the training manual?
Well,
Something
There are
like
different
that?
levels of training.
Right, you
manuals.
have
So
the
there's a level
brown
1.
book, the silver book, the gold book, the platinum
Well,
book.
no, those are tomes.
Oh, the tomes!
those
I
aren't-
forgot
those
about the tomes!
There's tomes. There are gym leader notes. There are elite leader notes, and there are training manuals.
Okay,
Such
let's
garbage.
let's not act for a second that the main series games doesn't have like 700 different garbage items that you'll never use. We're just all used to it after 20
I
years.
use my sharp beak every day.
The game, the main series games. If you click on it, A, there's an area to click on it so you see what you have, and B, it will tell you what it does.
That's true. There's a lot of things going on. Well, we didn't even touch on the weekly bingo.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Weekly bingo is garbo. I mostly enjoy the year stuff.
It's not over yet.
Well over eggs. I hate them.
Okay, well, that's what I meant to talk about today. Pokemon Masters EX Grass, Fire, Water Egg event is happening now. You have a chance to hatch Pokemon. It sounds like this. That was just a regular Charmander.
Not Signa suit
No,
Charmander?
just regular Charmander. This is running from September 2nd to September 16th. You have an increase of earning eggs in battle. You place these eggs inside incubators. Will be one of the starter Pokemon. They have a chance of being shiny. I mean, that's pretty much the deal. Eggs are completely opposite of Pokemon Go, where they don't 100% feel like you're getting scammed.
Well, I mean,
Wait,
they're
why?
just not hard.
Why
They're
don't you
not
like
hard.
the egg event? You could just ignore it altogether.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you don't like the egg event, just don't do eggs.
Yeah, I mean, I get eggs. Like, I do things in the game. It's like, hey, you got a bunch of eggs, and then they are clogging up my temporary storage, so then I put them in there. But, like, most of the thing is, I do ignore them, but it is a piece of the game that I think, why is this even here? What is this doing for us? Not a lot.
I don't think there's a single egg Pokemon that feels like it can compete at the level of a 4-star or a 5-star. I maybe argue some of the eggs are definitely better than 3 stars. I'm looking at you, Solrock and Lunatone. I think for me, they're just fun to collect. I just really like being like, oh, I got this is a 2-week-long event, and I got the 2 shinies during the event, and I did it. Cool. So that's what it is for me, is just a collecting thing.
Sure. It's just not, it's not that interesting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one day the egg Pokemon will be slightly better. I did want to, I ended up spending $80 in Pokémon Masters.
Yeah. How was your Sigma suit leaf pulls?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, because I got 2 and I got 2 blues.
Yeah,
and I
did pull 2 leaves. They
were they the Eevees that are so good?
Yeah, they. Oh
yeah, well, good.
Eevee is the loving-hearted Pokemon, according to the last press release I read. So the first thing that got me to spend money ever in Masters, and I just talked about Megas in Pokemon Go. I'm very comfortable with spending money and wasting money.
So the problem with that is when you say things like that, I look at the amount of money I spend on Twitch subscriptions and Slack Patreon memberships, and I'm like, that's my money you're wasting.
Yeah, but I can tell you together, after 52 raids, Will, we together got a shiny Deoxys.
I don't have no shiny Deoxys.
No,
I don't either.
I'll trade you one of my regular Deoxyses that I caught along the way. I do have a partnership with DNA. They do give me a stipend every month, so I do get a couple extra free gems.
So it's not my money. Okay.
But they're not paid gems. Remember, there's a difference between the free and the paid. So when DNA and when Pokemon Masters rolled out the egg stuff, you could add an extra incubator. So you get 1 free incubator, just like Pokemon Go. But you could add an extra permanent incubator. The Pokemon Go community has been renting incubators for 4 years.
Oh, man.
Now that I'm thinking about it. Anyways, you can buy a permanent incubator for, I think it was like $3, right, Greg? Like 300 gems, $3, 350 gems. It was pretty inexpensive.
Something like that. Yeah, I refuse to do it because I don't give them money.
And then the other thing you could do is you could upgrade your storage. So you normally could hold 4 eggs, but now you could hold 8 eggs. And that was like, it was like 180 gems or like $1.50 or something like that. So altogether, 2 permanent things for eggs was like less than $6 or $7. And they were both permanent. And then normally during events, they give you an extra incubator, which I think, so Greg, you have 2 now, right? Because you have the...
Yep.
And that was I'm looking at the incubator right now. That one lasts for 10 days. And then there's a third option because there's 4 slots for incubators. And the third option is it's 500 gems, and it's a temporary incubator that will auto hatch for you and will last exactly 2 weeks from when you buy it. And I was like, egg event is 2 weeks. This Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle thing is 2 weeks. I have 3 incubators. I bought gems. I can afford this $500 gem extra incubator. I was like, let's just try it, right? Because then I can at least talk about it and educate whether this is worth it to people or not. So not only does it give you the 4th and final incubator, it also lets you queue up eggs. I think Greg would probably remember this from like Clash Royale. If you bought the $5 a month subscription, you could queue a chest up. I don't know if you remember that at all.
Yeah. Yep.
So for those that don't get it, so let's say I put 4 eggs in, and they let's say it's 4 p.m. I put 4 eggs in. They last 12 hours. That means they hatch at 4 a.m. Well, I'm not getting up until a reasonable person maybe gets up at 8 or 9. So they would be like, oh, that was 5 hours of eggs not incubating. What you can do is you can select 4 eggs in your inventory, and you could say this is egg number 1, 2, 3, 4. And as soon as those eggs hatch in the middle of the night, the 4 automatically go into your incubators and start incubating, so you can hatch quicker without always logging into the game. Do I think that's worth 500 gems? No, no, I don't.
Nah.
I think it's a little pricey. I think if it was 500 gems for the month, I could recommend it, because then I'm just thinking like, well, if you play Masters a lot, $5 a month for something that you like doing, I think is reasonable. That kind of leads me to believe that did we talk about this rumor? That when the Mega Evolution stuff was added to Pokemon Go, that the data miners found that there was a baseline subscription service in Pokemon Go?
I think we might have mentioned that at some point.
There are two things in Masters. There's the thing we talked about last week, Greg, the gem bundle, where like every day you log in, you get the 50, and then there's the 2-week incubator thing that you can buy. And if we look at other Nintendo games, Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem Heroes, Mario Kart, they all have subscriptions. And I don't think anyone on the show would be surprised if both Pokemon Go and Masters has a subscription eventually. And I think specifically with Masters, it would be the egg thing, and it would probably be the gem thing. They were merged together into one, would be my guess. I don't know what it would be for Pokemon Go.
I don't either.
You could get incubators in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
The
Pokemon Go could have it where, if you pay $10 a month, you get a second permanent incubator as long as you pay that money. I think literally every hardcore fan would probably do that.
And also remember that they can take stuff away. So they could start a subscription service and then make Pokestops less generous or gifts less generous. Or start a subscription service and say you get bonus items from the Pokestops. Which, please don't. Number one, I wouldn't need that because my bag is always full.
That's the thing with the gem bundle in Masters is when you get it, not only do you get gems by logging in every day, but you also get like bonus sync orbs, and sync orbs are pretty sought after right now. Greg, do you play any gacha games that have subscription services?
Does
Dragalgia Lost have one?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, they're still gems, but I've never seen one. I can't think of a one that I've made it playing them that long where they've switched over to a subscription service.
Pokemon Duel did.
Yeah, but I didn't play that long.
Yeah, but 2 months before they just killed the game.
Yeah.
I feel like subscription services and mobile games like the last ditch effort.
I would say that it saved Clash Royale. You don't think
play
so?
It though.
Well, shout out to Jin. So we had a PKMNcast Clash Royale guild clan, whatever it was called. It was like me, Greg, Logan was in it.
Yeah, we had a lot of people, but then
a lot of people, right? And then over time, people stopped playing Clash Royale. You could have a max of 50, and at one point we were just full. We couldn't accept any new people.
Yeah.
And so I would end up kicking people who haven't played in 2 or 3 weeks, so we could get more people in. At a certain point, then we couldn't get full. We were just at 40 always, which is fine. We had 40 people. And then the thing I think that killed it for a lot of players, ironically, everyone in this guild were Pokemon players, was just this really tiny indie game called Sword and Shield came out.
Yep.
And that was the last time I really played Clash Royale.
I would play Clash Royale a little bit at work, but ultimately what killed it is when I had to start working from home. Other games that are just better. It was fun to do. It was fun to jump in and do a quick 2-minute battle in Clash Royale on my work break. But now that I could go downstairs on my work break and do raids and Sword and Shield or anything else, it was just this game isn't that fun. And I think ultimately I dropped it because it wasn't that fun. It was just a time filler. And once that spell was broken, I was like, well, I'm out. I don't want to play this anymore. It's just not an interesting game. And they started doing weird subscription things and season passes. I
thought they're $5 a month for what they were offering. I thought it was good.
It was okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you got
the chess queuing.
You got chess queuing, and you sometimes got interesting tower designs. A lot of the tower designs were bad.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it was meh. Why am I spending money on this?
But yeah, Pokemon Duel switched to a subscription 2 months before they closed. And their subscription was not good at all. And I think it was like $14 a month. And when you did it, you got like a shiny Celebi. And then they were like, you can pull any 5-star that you're missing. And it wasn't particularly great. Sorry. So Sword and Shield came out, and I was like, and then Clash Royale yelled at me, and they were like, you're the leader of this clan. If you don't log in, it's going to go to somebody else. And I was like, well, this isn't fair to the people in the clan, right? I'm going to give it to Jin in our Slack, been a supporter for a long time, shout out. And then Jin will be leader. Jin can make the decision if people need to leave or come or go, and all that stuff. Because they were number one in our clan anyways, too. They were very, very good at the game. And Clash Royale just released a brand new, huge overhaul update. Running ads for it. I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? I got a little downtime. I can't fall asleep. Let's check out some Clash Royale. Installed the update, go into the game, and I almost wanted to like cry because the thing that I went into was like 30 messages of people leaving the clan, and then it was all of the top players in our clan like saying goodbye to each other. They're like, thank you so much for the memories. It was really fun to battle with you. Oh, great job, Jin. Really appreciate what you did here. Hey, I'm going to go to an active clan, but I loved you guys. It was just all these like really nice messages, and then I like look, and the only like 2 people left in the clan are like me and Greg, who haven't logged in and like... I was like, I can't play this game because we need a clan, and there's no clan anymore.
I deleted it off my phone as my final goodbye. After you texted me that, I'm like, aw, well, I'm out. Delete.
Shout out to everyone who played Clash Royale with us. In retrospect, when we were talking about like Harry Potter coming out and whether or not Pokemon Go players will move to Harry Potter, it's so interesting that people will stick with a game just because their friends are playing the game.
Yeah.
And as soon as you have no one playing that game, like, even if I really wanted to play Clash Royale, I can't. I'd have to, like, try to get people to join, and it's just a lot of work.
Yeah. It's a lot of work for not a lot of fun.
So
unless you become a Clash Royale streamer, and then...
Yes, that's true. So, Egg Event is happening right now. We do not know when the family event is starting. Sometime before the end of September. Right? They said September.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was the 14th or something.
So that would be Lusamine, Gladion, and Lily. Assuming
September 64th, that's when it's coming out.
The 64th of September.
Yeah.
Assuming that Lily is the one, Lily and Clefairy was already shown in the trailer however long ago. So that's happening right now for Masters. I don't think anyone's complaining about Stanima right now.
No, because you're getting a lot.
Yeah, they're giving you a whole lot. I also noticed...
and then once it dries up, everybody complaining about it again.
I also noticed the current Egg Event is only 10 instead of 20.
Yeah. Which is what it should be.
Oh, yeah.
Across the board.
The last thing I want to talk about before we go to Question of the Week is Sensory Tower, which reports on app revenue money. I'm not 100% sure how they get it, but...
Is this a weird website?
Sensory
Sounds
Tower?
like it.
No,
Yeah.
we've talked about them before. They always do like app data stuff, not including Pokemon Go on this chart. But these are all the other Pokemon games on mobile. Magikarp Jump in the first year of spending. Who thought in 2020 we'd be talking about Magikarp Jump? Made $5 million. Pokemon.
That's impressive.
Pokemon
for
Quest.
Cookie Clicker.
Yeah. Magikarp Jump was good.
Wait, Magikarp Jump. You had to make choices.
They were random choices, but sure.
It does say this revenue does not include revenue from third-party Android stores. So I think if it was from Google Play, you're good. I don't know. Can you even get these games in third-party Android stores?
Sure. Apparently.
Maybe. Pokemon Quest made $10 million in its first year. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Shuffle made $11 million. Pokemon Duel made $14 million. And finally, Pokemon Masters at $75 million, which is a lot more than the other ones.
And what's not on there?
Pokemon Go, which is weird because they've
Yep.
reported on Pokemon Go stuff before, so I'm not sure why they couldn't do it for this data. That I'm not sure of.
It's just like a weird...
Well, we don't need the Pokemon Go data. We know that Pokemon Go is number one.
Yeah.
But like
Billions and billions of dollars.
It's good to put it in perspective.
Yes.
Like, how much did they make their first year? It wasn't it like 207 million?
Yeah, I think it was like at least 200 million.
So leaving that out is semi-important. Like, okay, there was another Pokemon Go that was vastly, vastly, vastly more popular than Masters is.
Yeah.
And did double the money Masters did in the first year. Like, that is kind of important context. It's not saying that Pokemon Masters isn't doing well, but like, it's just weird that they would leave that out when they're going to go with Magikarp Jump, a game everybody knows nobody played.
What?
What?
I played Magikarp Jump.
I think out of
Did you
any
ever
of
pay for anything on it?
I did. I did the
No.
$5 welcome bundle. Magikarp Jump, I don't think was ever designed to like. I think if there was any innocent game in the history of
True, I agree.
Magikarp Jump was very, very innocent. And the main reason I gave it $5 was just because I was genuinely having a good time with it. And I was like, well, I want the developers to see something. And apparently they saw enough because we know the people who are making Magikarp Jump, people who made Magikarp Jump are making Pokemon Sleep. This is the interesting conversation. Is you have a game like Pokemon Duel, which they desperately tried to save multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
They reworked the mechanics. They cleaned up the menus. They changed a lot of it to the point where they're like, we launched a $14 a month subscription service that was completely garbage and clearly no one signed up for, and then they shut down. And it made, in total, $14 million in its first year. And I think a game that is pretty well loved, and a game that people won't shut up about for sequels, is Pokemon Quest. Till this day, people are still like, where's the Gen 2 of Pokemon Quest? I mean, $10 million is a lot of money.
I mean...
Also, keep in mind that Game Freak, who made Pokemon Quest, they also sold 14 million copies of Black and White. And they made $10 million with Pokemon Quest. I don't know if there would ever be a sequel to Quest.
I mean, there could be.
Could be,
It's
yeah,
just
sure.
They need the time and the interest to do it.
I don't think Gen 2, I don't think adding 100 Pokemon to Quest and some more levels makes Quest any more interesting, though. I think Quest was a good, short, fun game.
And honestly, it works for the first set of Pokemon, right? Having Mewtwo be the final thing that you battle kind of like makes sense. But yeah, there's not really an how can you Celebi do something equivalent that's a Celebi thing? Celebi's not mad. Mewtwo's always mad.
Yeah, Mewtwo's got anger issues. Always has, always will. I mean, and justifiably so.
Pokemon Shuffle had that 11 million, though. Pokemon Shuffle was a good game.
Pokemon Shuffle was a good game.
Pokemon Shuffle 2.
Yeah, I mean, they just got to rip off what Gardenscapes is doing, and we'll be back.
How about Pokemon Pull the Key? Where's that game?
No. I'm putting my foot down right on that.
Direct Pikachu's lightning through this key system.
Question of the week.
Oh, I love the questions. I love the queries of the question of the week. Yeah.
Sounds like a show tune.
All right, this one is from Kevin from our Slack.
Gavin.
Says, have you learned any real-world facts and knowledge because of Pokemon?
Yeah.
I have one. I'll go last, though. Because it's embarrassing.
No, now you have to go
Real-world
first.
Facts because of Pokemon. I learned that delicious onigiri rice balls are called donuts in Japan.
Oh boy. I mean, I learned a lot about forget what it's called. There's this particular plant that is poisonous that disguises itself as that looks like roses, which is where the masquerade of Roserade came from. I have to remember what it's called. But anyways, the whole like design and how it was based off of an entire series of poisonous flowers, and they are very similar to roses, is basically the design concept behind Roserade, which was really super. It was like an interesting thing to learn about flowers because I didn't know all of that stuff. So, I mean, there's a bunch of like weird, what is this based off of stuff that I've learned? Like,
Yeah. I think that's where I get a lot of it as well.
like is it Azurill that changes gender because that's based off of the frog that does, or the fish that does? Like, there's all those little
Something
weird
like that,
facts
yeah.
that are super cool that I'm like, yeah. What's your one, Steve? Go.
Okay. I'm confident in my ability as both a podcaster and an uneducated person to blow somebody's mind here. The Hoppip line.
No. Back away from the edge.
No, I can take it.
All right, so it's Hoppip, Skiploom,
I mean, I know where this
and
is going.
Jumpluff, right? So
Uh-huh.
number one is it's Hop, Skip, Jump, Hoppip,
Uh-huh.
Skiploom, Jumpluff. Number two is it's the entire evolution of a dandelion. And I didn't know until somebody pointed this out that the yellow dandelion is the same as the white fluffy dandelion, and I didn't know they were the same plant until
That I did not know that that's where this was going, and you have blown my mind.
So Hoppip's the weed, and then Skiploom's the yellow dandelion, and then Jumpluff is the fluffy dandelion. But I didn't know the fluffy one was a dandelion until like 2 years ago. I thought,
What did you think it
I thought it was
was?
a different plant.
But okay. Well, okay. I'm going to give you. I'm going to ask a question that's going to help shed light. How obsessive was your family about your lawn?
We didn't have a lawn.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't really have a lawn we took care of.
But wait, didn't you ever pick one up and like blow on it?
Yeah, totally.
What
Yeah,
did you
everyone
think
did.
you were blowing
I know,
on?
I don't know, a weed, a flower. I don't know.
The puff flower.
The puff flower,
It has-
yeah.
grape puff flower.
Look, you
Okay.
don't learn
Okay,
dandelions are weeds until you're like 6. You just think
I
they're
will give
flowers
you-
when
I
you're a
will give
kid.
you this.
Look. Weed is a human term, okay? A plant is a plant.
Plant is a plant.
Just because you don't like it doesn't make it a bad thing, friend.
I will give you this. I only knew that because when growing up with fairly large yards, you would watch them change, right? Like, I
True,
don't think of
true.
a time when I was taught in school the life cycle of a dandelion.
Definitely.
So I could see if you never had them in your yard or a yard to watch them change over.
No, but like, I know at times in my life, people
I'm being
have said,
generous, Will.
do you want to blow on the dandelion? Right? It's just like, because you name the thing that you pick from the ground and blow on. All right, can I what is the word I want? Like, save this moment in time. Can I
can try.
add an additional fact about Hoppip,
Skiploom, Jumpluff.
Skiploom, Jumpluff that is a real world fact that some people may not know.
Oh, here we go.
That hop, skip, and jump, the triple jump, is an Olympic sport. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Hop, skip, jump is an Olympic sport?
The triple jump.
Triple jump.
Oh. No.
Well, now you do.
It's been a heck of a show. Pokemon.
So, okay. Answer a question.
All right.
Did you or anybody around you ever name the white puff plant at all that you can remember?
Not that I can remember. No.
Okay. Were unruly elementary school kids? Did they ever pick one up just to blow seeds in your face? Did that ever happen?
So yeah, I mean, like if we're going through my traumatic childhood, I mean, my elementary school was like all cement. Like we didn't have like a grass area we could play in. It was just a huge cement. Probably used to be a parking lot, and then they put. So
you needed to grow up in Hawaii.
And then they put like some basketball hoops that didn't really have hoops. You know what I'm talking about.
They didn't have nets?
Yeah, they didn't have nets.
Okay.
Didn't have nets.
I'm like, it was just a board without a hoop?
Yeah, you just hit the
They
board.
don't have dandelions in Hawaii?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, get wrecked.
Dandelions are everywhere, man.
Yeah, maybe that was part of the problem. And I didn't have like, I mean, I had school friends as a kid, but my parents were like, "Oh, you're not allowed to leave the house." I was very sheltered as a kid.
Oh,
that's okay.
That's okay. We are expanding your horizons as your adopted uncles, because I'm definitely not going to be your dad. Look,
it's fair. Pokemon of the week.
All right. So last week's Pokemon. So the one thing that I was not straightforward about, but I did describe that was possibly a key to figuring out the solution. In North America, I'm not going to hold Mexico and Canada accountable. I will say it's probably just us in the United States, but potentially in Canada as well. We are the only part of the world where vultures and buzzards are considered to be the same bird. In the rest of the world, buzzards and hawks are considered to be the same bird, which, if you've ever seen a vulture and you've ever seen a hawk, you know that they look nothing like each other.
They look nothing alike. Like, what is wrong there?
But for some reason, the word buzzard, when it got over here, got applied to vultures. And I mean, you had, if you wanted to look up, right, the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard and find out their Nonagon Infinity album, and the fourth song is like person vulture or people vultures. So that would have given you that hint. And then the last part was about the part of your mouth that holds your teeth, which is confusing because birds don't have teeth, but the top and bottom of their beak are actually called by the word mandible. So